What's up, guys? Mr. Octagonal here from Octagonal Gaming. Now, of course, the NFL Draft is going on. Hopefully, this is uploaded on Friday. If not, then it'll probably be uploaded on Saturday. But the Browns, they picked Baker Mayfield with their first overall pick and Denzel Ward with their fourth overall pick. And you guys probably know how I feel about Baker Mayfield. I think he's a bust. But we're going to do this rebuild anyway because the Browns are terrible. I mean, just look at the coach's name. Let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to try to do what the Browns did in real life. I'm going to get Jarvis Landry. I made sure the Dolphins didn't re-sign him. So we should be able to get him. I'll still give the Dolphins like a future second-round pick and I think a fourth-round pick. Just to be realistic, I'm going to try to get Tyrod Taylor. I'm going to do the Kaiser Demarius Randall trade. I'm going to hopefully get Carlos Hyde. I don't know if he's in here. Probably. I'm not going to get Chris Hubbard, though, because that signing was so dumb. Okay, no Carlos Hyde. So I'll probably just sign someone else, like Alex Collins or Orleans Darkwa. Doesn't really matter. But let's get to the next stage. After stage 1, of course, Jarvis Landry decides to reject. So does Allen Robinson. And so does Rashawn Melvin. So that is very annoying. Okay, so this is what the Browns gave the Dolphins, I believe, for Jarvis Landry. And you see here, it's in the red. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is not pretty. So I figured it out. I was able to get Jarvis Landry, but I'm not able to get Tyrod Taylor, so I just traded that third-round pick away for the Bills' first-rounder next year, because the Bills don't really deserve it, since they won't give us Tyrod Taylor. So let's go to the draft. So the free agent thing was on auto, and they signed us Case Keenum and Kerry Hyder. So that is some very nice trade value. Also, as you can see, there's no K in the word sucks up there. That's because the word sucks is apparently too profane for this game, so I just had to remove the K. So I wanted to use all my draft picks to actually draft players, but there is no one who actually has talent available in the second round, so I'm trading 2 second-rounders and Cody Kessler to the Arizona Cardinals for one of the best running backs in the NFL, in David Johnson. So here's the draft. Of course, we got Baker Mayfield and Denzel Ward. I gave them both superstar development, but that's just because this is their rebuild. It's pretty much about them, so that's why I gave them superstar. And then I didn't make anyone else into a real-life prospect because everyone else we drafted pretty much sucks. So, let's make some trades. Just imagine Joey Bosa on one side of the defensive line and Myles Garrett on the other. Well, that's what we're going to do here is we're going to be trading Case Keenum. Remember, the game did sign him. As well as the Pro Bowler, Joe Schobert. And our third-round pick to the Chargers for Joey Bosa. This means that we're probably going to trade Emmanuel Ogbah, which is fine, I guess. I'm going to be trading Jamie Collins to the Dallas Cowboys as well as a 6th-round pick for one of the, if not the best offensive lineman in the NFL, in 99 overall, Zach Martin. What's better than a pass rushing core of Myles Garrett and Joey Bosa? A pass rushing core of Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa, and Khalil Mack, as we're trading Alex Collins, Bradley McDougald, and a 2nd-round pick to the Raiders for a future 5th. And the sack attack from the silver and black Khalil Mack. It has been very enjoyable finessing the Chargers so far today. We already stole Joey Bosa, and now we're going to steal Trevor Williams away for Kerry Hyder, Emmanuel Ogbah, and whoever Gray is. I was very tempted to trade for J.J. Watt, just make our pass rush so OP, but instead I'm going to take a player that I've never really gotten, and it's not that I don't want to get him, it's just that he's so hard. And that is DeAndre Hopkins. I am trading Jamar Taylor, Christian Kirksey, and I believe the pick from Buffalo, because Buffalo was being mean not for Tyrod Taylor, for DeAndre Hopkins. So I guess it worked out that we didn't get Tyrod, and I was going to trade Tyrod anyway. Kevin Zeitler is a very good player, and Trevon Coley's okay, but I want to stock up on some draft picks because we have traded a lot of draft picks away for like Hopkins, Bosa, etc., etc. So I'm trading Kevin Zeitler, Coley, and a 5th to the Titans for their 1st-rounder this year as well as next year. Mainly, I'm trading Zeitler away because he does have a pretty big contract, and I don't really want to have to worry about that contract, so That's why I'm trading him. Here's the squad. Of course, Baker Mayfield at quarterback. The Browns should not start Baker Mayfield day one if they do want him to be good, which, as I said, I don't think he will. But there's certainly a chance that he could become really good. But since this is a video game, I want him to get that XP. So we're going to start him. David Johnson and Duke Johnson. I think that's a very good pairing. I think if the Browns could get a really good running back like Saquon Barkley, I think that'd make a lot of sense for Duke Johnson to stick around, because he just fits that mold as like a number 2 back, the receiving back. He's very similar to Theo Riddick on my lines, but just he's a little better than Theo Riddick. Receivers, Jarvis Landry, Coleman, and DeAndre Hopkins. Offensive line looks solid, but not great. David Njoku, he is very raw, but hopefully he'll have a good year for us. On the defensive side of the ball, the defensive line is very solid. Hopefully Shelton and Ogunjobi can get some XP. The linebacking core outside of Khalil Mack is terrible. And then the secondary isn't great. I'm going to move Ward up to 2, and I might trade Body Calhoun or move him to safety. So I'll see y'all at the end. Obviously, this is a video game as the Browns get a first-round bye. Baker Mayfield has 107,000 XP. Coleman is like 50,000 XP. This is wild. Look at all this XP. Denzel Ward had about 50k. We went 14-2. Holy smoke. What are these numbers? Okay, we signed Mark Sanchez. That's funny. I did put it on the spread offense, which is really cheesy, but I didn't know it translated into wins. Baker Mayfield, almost 6,000 yards, 68 touchdowns. David Johnson, even in the spread offense, he ran for about 1,600 yards. What is this team? Coleman, 1,500 yards. Hopkins, 1,400 yards. Was the blocking good? The blocking was nuts. What is this game? Sacks, I see a lot. And indeed a lot. 16 from Mack. 15.5 from Myles Garrett. Not a lot from Joey Bosa, though. Interceptions, 4 from Williams. 3 from Kindred and Ward. 2 for Body Calhoun. The number 1 overall offense. That's not shocking. With about 8,000 yards. 10th best defense. What is this team? David Johnson was second in MVP. So it was Baker Mayfield, David Johnson, and then another auto-generated quarterback, George Hartson. What is this rebuild? Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Mayfield. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Denzel Ward in 3rd. I guess he made the Pro Bowl. Best quarterback, Mayfield. Best running back, David Johnson. Best wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins of Coleman in 2nd. Best offensive lineman, Zach Martin. Best defensive lineman, J.J. Watt. I almost traded for him, too. Garrett at 3. Khalil Mack, best linebacker. Aqib Talib, best defensive back. I see Trevor Williams at number 7. And Zane Gonzalez as that number 7 for the best kicker. Gee whiz, what happened to this team? So I'm going to XP everyone. And we'll look at the new team in a second. I am going to simulate to the Super Bowl because we really should make it the way we play. And we do make it, and look who we're playing! My Detroit Lions! The battle of 0-16 and the battle of 2 teams who have never played in the Super Bowl are going to be playing each other. I really, honestly don't want to win this game because this is my team. It's my squad. Let's take a look at the Lions. Let's see if they've done something crazy. And it doesn't really look like it. They signed Blunt, which is just like real life. They still have Ebron, but Madden loves Ebron. This team doesn't look too different. They kept Tahir Whitehead. They signed Alex Okafor, TJ Carey. We should whoop this team. I guess this was our first round pick. Armand Moorhead, he looks pretty good. But we should honestly whoop this team. It makes me sad because I don't want to have to destroy the Lions. But I think we're going to beat them. And then the Lions will be known as the worst team in NFL history. That makes me feel sad. We win 35-21. That's going to end the video. I know we only did 1 year, but the video is already like 10 minutes long, so I don't want to make it any longer. Basically, I was completely wrong about Baker Mayfield. He's going to throw for 70 touchdowns and almost 6,000 yards as a rookie. But then again, this is a video game, so I really should not believe it. And it's Madden, and Madden is always wrong, so I guess I am right. I guess Baker Mayfield is a bust.
Hey, man!